What is PlayStation 5 Slim, or PS5 Silm, as you might sometimes see it typed online? Well, simply put, it's a smaller, much more compact version of the original PlayStation 5. It packs a newly upgraded 1 TB solid-state drive, identical processing power to the big launch model, and full support for stunning 4K gaming at a buttery-smooth 120 frames per second. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what this refined hardware brings to your living room, highlighting everything from that incredibly immersive DualSense controller to the robust backward compatibility that keeps your older game library totally relevant. Now, while the name Slim obviously implies a simple size reduction, this thing is actually a complete repackaging of Sony's current generation hardware. They designed it to tackle the biggest physical complaints folks had about the original bulky launch model, and this is absolutely key, without sacrificing a single drop of performance. Just look at it. It's a beautifully refined, much more compact version of that massive 2020 PS5. It's specifically built with a slimmer profile, meaning it's finally going to take up significantly less space on your entertainment unit. No more rearranging your whole living room just to fit your console. Section 1. Compact design, upgraded storage. Okay, here is where things get really interesting. Despite shrinking the console's physical footprint, Sony actually bumped up the internal SSD. You now get a full 1 TB of storage space right out of the box. And honestly, considering how massive modern game files have become lately, bumping up from the original 825 GB to a full terabyte is a highly, highly welcome upgrade. And it's not just bigger, it is blistering fast. This custom ultra-high-speed SSD reads 5.5 GB of data per second. To put that into perspective, that translates directly to lightning-fast loading times. We're talking way less time staring at boring loading screens, so you can boot up and jump straight into those massive, sprawling open-world games almost instantly. Moving on to Section 2, Power and Next-Gen Performance. A lot of people worry that a smaller box means less power. But the PS5 Slim features the exact identical processing power as the original launch console. It uses the exact same custom RDNA 2 GPU and those same 8 Zen 2 cores. It matches the heavier, older unit toe-to-toe with absolutely zero compromise on performance or visual fidelity. Because the internals are totally untouched, you are guaranteed that definitive next-gen experience. We're talking stunning 4K gaming resolution, up to 120 frames per second for those hyper-competitive shooters, hardware-accelerated ray tracing for insanely realistic lighting, and HDR support for vibrant, popping contrast. It's the whole package. Let's jump into Section 3, the DualSense controller experience. Having raw power is awesome, sure, but translating that to your hands is where the magic happens. The included DualSense wireless controller remains a huge differentiator for the PlayStation platform. It offers the sensory gaming experience that goes way beyond just standard visual upgrades, making the whole console feel like a true generational leap. It's basically magic in your hands. It features tactile haptic feedback for incredibly nuanced vibrations, like you can actually feel raindrops in a game. Then there are the adaptive triggers that provide variable physical resistance depending on what you're doing on screen. They literally fight back when you pull them. Plus, it rocks a built-in microphone, a speaker, a touchpad, motion sensors, and a super convenient USB-C rechargeable battery. All right, Section 4, expanding your game library. So, the console actually comes in 2 distinct flavors. First up, there's the Disc Edition, which includes an Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive. Absolutely perfect if you love collecting physical media or trading games with your friends. Then there's the Digital Edition, which relies purely on digital downloads from the PlayStation Store. But what's really cool here is the expandability. If you buy the Digital Edition to save a little cash up front, you can actually purchase and pop on a detachable disc drive later down the line. Talk about a real game changer. Now, if you're upgrading from an older generation, you're gonna love this. Backward compatibility ensures your PS4 library totally respects your investment. You can play the overwhelming majority of your PS4 games right here on this new hardware. And even better, a lot of those older titles benefit from boosted frame rates and significantly faster load times. It's like giving your old games a massive facelift. Sony also packed in some really smart convenience features to tailor the experience to your daily routine. There's a rest mode that lets the console run on ultra-low power to charge your controllers and seamlessly download massive game updates while you're fast asleep. You'll also find some deep accessibility tools, like a screen reader, voice commands in supported regions, and even system-level button remapping to make sure everyone can play exactly how they want to. So we've seen how this hardware manages to pack identical processing power, an upgraded 1 TB SSD, and the revolutionary DualSense into a much smaller, sleeker footprint, which leaves us with one final question for you to ponder. Are you ready to upgrade your reality? Or is your trusty PS4 still the undisputed king of your entertainment center? And honestly, what on earth will Sony shrink down next?